At least this time they've tried, you know, they've always been having this black background for the longest. This is a standard. Protest anxiety, the main headline on the front page for the Gen Z's second anniversary. Say there's tension. As the country braces for tomorrow's anniversary protests, fear, suspicion, and political posturing have gripped the nation. From State House to church pulpits, businesses and boda stages, anxiety is mounting over what could unfold on a day meant to honor victims of the 2024 Gen Z uprising. Even as President William Ruto's administration promises compensation for families of those killed and assures citizens of their right to protest, warnings from top security officials, claims of planned disruption, and deep mistrust among activists have heightened tensions. Yes, it is indeed true that we are not sure what will happen tomorrow. So there's like anxiety. The president is trying to explain himself about the finance bill. Police are saying tutafanya hivi. Wale wenye walikuwa expected to lead the protest, the opposition leaders say wanasema no, don't go to the streets, stay at home because there are plans to disrupt and use goons, then start shifting blame. Meanwhile, organizers, who include some politicians as well, and activists say the march is still on, and what they're doing is simply remembering those who died as a result of police brutality.
People who came out for this protest in 2024 are not even talking about it as much. So
because they saw what happened last year as well.
Yeah.
So we keep repeating the same thing, expecting a different outcome. Yeah.
It could have lost momentum.
Well,
could have. Maybe there are not even protests tomorrow. Maybe it's just the organizers and
you see,
activists.
There's a remembrance. You see, there are different words. People are talking about protests. Protests against what? But there's what I'm so sure of is there is a remembrance. The second anniversary of the protests. The protests were in 2024. There could have been some protests last year. This time round, has anyone said we are protesting?
No.
Yeah? They're just saying they're coming out to mark the second anniversary of what happened in 2024 and to remember the victims.
That could mean even going to Uhuru Park and just sitting there lighting candles.
Yes, they said they will lay flowers outside Parliament.
Wow.
Yeah, so if at all you're talking about protests, what are you protesting against? Because I've not even heard anyone saying or talking about the finance bill. I've not heard anyone talking about anything. So who's talking about protests? The only protest we're talking about is that which happened 2 years ago. So now we're talking about anniversary, second anniversary of that, and the remembrance of the victims. So even the Standard is talking about the Gen Z anniversary.
Protest anxiety.
Anxiety, that there could be protests, but what are we protesting about? So it has been covered extensively in this paper. Nation on Edge, as Thursday Gen Z protests star anxiety across Kenya. That's on page 4. On page 5, parents concerned, page 4 still, about students on midterm break joining demos. If at all there will be demos. The church has also called for end to killings ahead of demos. Why are they talking about demos? Who are these demonstrating and why are they demonstrating? That's the issue. Are they demonstrating just to mark the anniversary or are they demonstrating against something in particular? Ruto's costly trips clash with Gen Z austerity demands. That's another story. Then Gachagua is quoted here. Stay away from riots, Gachagua tells the youth. It's on page 6. Democracy, it's DCP, party leader. Rigathi Gachagua has urged Gen Z and other Kenyans to stay away from the planned June 25th protests. But who is organizing the protests? You know, I think we're confusing two things. If at all there'll be protests or demos tomorrow, or if the anniversary turns chaotic, that will be something new. Because so far, tujambua kuna protest. Tujambua kuna anniversary na remembrance. Finance bill, 2 years on, courts yet to answer crucial queries. That's on page 7. Still discussing the same. But let me take you back to page 2. Because this is a very interesting
I wanted you to go back. I was coming there.
Okay, you go.
I know, now that you have it.
This is a very interesting picture on page 2 of the Health Cabinet Secretary in the dock. Ako kotini, Milimani High Court. He is remorseful. Duale spared jail, warned against more defiance. So the Health CS yesterday narrowly escaped a jail sentence after the High Court accepted his apology over contempt of court. This has to do with the Ebola quarantine facility. The court had actually given an order directing that they stop any construction and they actually make the deal public. But ni kama CS alikuwa amesikika ni kama anakataa. Akaambiwa, unaambia koti unakataa? Umeshawahi kukaa jela siku kadhaa?
Kuja hapa.
Akakimbia kotini. I think this is the first CS we are seeing in the dock.
Yes.
A member of President William Ruto's cabinet. I think this is the first one we're seeing. And if at all you had told me that there would be a CS in this cabinet who's going to be in the dock at any point, I doubt I would have thought of CS Duale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else? But maybe
it's not something you can think about.
He doesn't.
Well, he's rude, but seeing him in the dock.
That's a first.
That's a first, yeah.
Right.
Lakini honoring Court Simon last time, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
That's commendable, Honorable Duale.
Yes. Yeah. That's really commendable. I mean, I'll clap for you today.
Yeah.
CS Duale for actually going to court. That's really commendable.
Yeah.
State moves to regulate social media ahead of the 2027 polls. This is an interpretation of that cybersecurity law that was passed and gazetted yesterday. No, the National Cybersecurity Agency that was gazetted yesterday. It's supposed to control what happens on social media, but according to this analysis on the Standard, it could regulate social media ahead of the polls. So ukienda kutumia social media vibaya, chunga sana. But that's the analysis according to that paper. On the back page matters World Cup, things looking up for Messi. He is a third man in the FIFA World Cup history to score in 6 consecutive games. Record hapana mbaya. He has scored 18 goals at the World Cup. He has appeared 201 times. Yeah? And he has faced over 42 different countries. That's just Lionel Messi. Results at the 2026 World Cup, Argentina beat Austria 2-0. Hizi nafikiri tunajua tayari. Nilikuwa nangojea waniambie games za leo zinaambatana namna gani. 10 p.m. Switzerland versus Canada. I'm looking for an African team here. Even Haiti will be there. Haiti wako World Cup.
Imagine.
Na Kenya hamna. Haiti hata hawana serikali. South Africa naona they're facing Korea. But who's watching? Yeah.
They are watching.
That's the standard.
They are watching to support, Kuji support.
Well, we'll be watching Haiti.
All right, the dailies are looking quite good. Interesting.
They know our police.
What do they do it?
They know our policemen.
All right, Tangali Daily Nation sasa. Gen Z protest divide, different scripts, they call it, that ahead of marches planned for tomorrow to commemorate the 2nd anniversary of 2024 anti-finance bill protest. Authorities have promised to provide security for families of victims during the processions, but warned of a ruthless police crackdown on illegal actions intended to disrupt public order. Meanwhile, opposition leaders claim goons were being assembled by unnamed state operatives to infiltrate the demonstrations and cause chaos, even as the clergy urge restraint. So they're saying that the demonstrations in 2024 and 2025 led to the killing of at least 50 people and dozens more injured. The quoted leaders here, CS Kipchumba Murkomen, says police will ruthlessly deal with goons who infiltrate peaceful protests tomorrow. Peaceful protests. All right. Protest again, that is what to note. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua alleged the plot by state-backed goons to unleash terror on protesters in Nairobi and Mount Kenya. And then KCCB Chairman Maurice Muhatie says that Catholic bishops condemn attacks in churches by thugs and advise against chaos during the Gen Z March. And the EAK Secretary Kefa Nyandenga says the Interreligious Council of Kenya demands justice for those killed, injured, or have gone missing. So we are still talking about goons. On June 24th, you know, a president had ordered to crack down on goons just recently. I think it's this week even. And we're clearly still talking about goons.
I think that's the biggest fear.
Yeah.
That tomorrow will just be about goons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then who really is to be held accountable?
That's the question. Who is sponsoring the goons for tomorrow? If you ask Rigathi Gachagua, he says it is a state. But other people are saying these are just goons who are out to take advantage, loot and destroy property. We do not know. But I think the anxiety across board is about goons and what they could do tomorrow.
Yes. That's the main story on the front page of the Daily Nation. It has been captured extensively on page 4 and 5. Push for 43,000 school fees increment, 43,000 shillings school fees increment. That parents will pay more to educate their children in public senior schools if a new fee structure proposed by principals is adopted by the government. Extra county schools, that is cluster 2 and 3, could have the highest increment, with the proposal that parents pay 83,622 annually, more than double the current 40,535. Wewe ni mzazi.
Mimi naelewa. But the school, I mean, we're already paying that much. There are schools that actually already increased the school fees. Initially, as a parent, and I'm talking about as a parent,
yes,
we were to pay 53,000 the whole year. Now we're paying about 120,000 the whole year.
Ulipeleka mtoto international school?
It's a public school.
Some are learning in polling stations, so wako international school every. No, but now you're saying that you guys are already paying about over 100,000, yeah? So what if this 43,000 increment is approved, and then now your school approves this 43,000 increment?
Yes, because you see, what is approved so far by the government for national schools, there are other schools that are paid 40,000 annually. National schools, or what was national schools, there was a different card I called C1 schools.
Yes.
They were paying 53,000. Yeah. So that is what was increased for quite a number of schools. It's not just the one where I'm a parent. Quite a number of schools increased it. They're saying the funding model is not sustainable. Your pesa ni kidogo sana. They're feeding these children. Mambo ni mengi.
Mambo ni mengi, mambo ni machache. Yes, so anasema push for 43,000 shilling school fees increment as route of FISO Finance Act propaganda. Yeah, that's the story on page 6. The propaganda story is on page 6. On the top strip, there's a very interesting story. The single women wear wedding rings to ward off unwanted men. Unapatana na wao?
Unwanted men. Is there such a caliber of men? Unwanted men.
Who are unwanted?
Wale watakikani.
Yes. Wanaona ukimsimamisha kwa barabara kumwomba namba, anasikia kwambie wanasema what's the worst that she can say is no, lakini akwambia no, hata kichwa chako inakaa box, why are you asking for my number?
You look like you can tell of someone.
No, I'm just to talk about things that I see online. You know, I spend a lot of time online.
So this story is very interesting. Page 3.
Yeah.
Hey, women put on marriage feature but still keep eyes open for Mr. Right. So kuna mtu akija atakubaliwa, hata akiwa na ring ataitoa kwanza. So,
yes.
Hey, I was waiting for you, aitoe.
Yes.
But it was to ward off unwanted men.
Unwanted is what to note. Unwanted suitors.
Hapo kwa unwanted.
Kuamini kunaweza kuwa na unwanted men. Wako?
Wow.
Pale bado top strip. Sifuna weighs options as Oburu faction turns the heat in ODM, and that has been captured in page 10. That story ambayo ameenda ku appeal his ouster, in court.
Right.
That's the Daily Nation. Huku nyuma pia wanaongelea World Cup, and tulikuwa tushawaambia games.
I think those two papers have covered most of the stories. I think kwa Taifa Leo wahuni Gachagua aonya Gen Z, tumezungumzia habari hii kuhusu alivyosema aliyekuwa naibu wa rais. Amesema watu wasiende kwa maandamano.
Yes.
Kwamba wahuni washalipwa na watakuwa pale. Gazeti la Taifa Leo.
Right.
Kiangazia The Star, devolution goal in tatters as the counties splash on salaries and trips. Unajua ni fresh, independent and different. Unatafuta hapa ukurasa wa mbele masuala ya ati anxiety because of June 25th anniversary. There's nothing like that. But it has a picture of the president at State House yesterday after he signed the Finance Bill 2026 there with the parliamentary leadership. Na naona sasa ni kama wameamua atakuwa na invite Oburu Oginga, ODM leader. Atakuwa ina invite. You know, he complained that his invite for that event to compensate victims of police brutality was not done properly. I am sure this one was done properly. It was at State House yesterday. That's a Star, fresh, independent, different. You can grab yourself a copy of this paper for only 60 shillings. All
right, Business Daily, Ruto ascends to the finance bill. Muya and Associates gain 4.7 billion shillings in family bank listing, but the ministry talks about Kenya eyeing cheaper loans tied to electricity and forestry. Interest rates on borrowing tied to targets on power, and Woodland, and bonds to be sold to a wider range of financiers. And that's the Business Daily.
Finally, the People Daily talks about same thing, political unrest, the economic cost of political unrest in Kenya, page 8. This is one thing that has always been talked about. What happens to businesses immediately after protests or political unrest, the kind of damage and losses incurred. And that's the People Daily. Let's take a look at the regional papers. Today we just have from Uganda, the Daily Monitor. It talks about the front page of the Daily Monitor, raped, defiled and abandoned. These are teenagers. Where are their fathers? They're asking. A tapestry of rising sexual abuse, poverty, social stigma and runaway fathers is prompting pregnant teenagers every week to file in dozens for abortions in Kampala. Despite counseling by health workers, some mothers throw away the newborns, starting calls for urgent government action. Teenagers were sexually assaulted. Some of them end up pregnant. And what they go through, that's the main story on the front page of the Daily Monitor. In Tanzania, we start off with the Citizen. Government defends 62.3 trillion plan after heated debate. This, at least they're talking about their budget. In Tanzania. In Uganda, I've not heard them talking about this much. But in Tanzania, yes, they're still talking about the budget. That's the front page of the Citizen. Bajeti ya penya na kilio chake ni gazeti la Mwananchi. Wabunge waipitisha kwa kishindo licha ya kelele za kodi mpya ya pikipiki na sukari. Serikali yaahidi kasi ya ulipaji wa madeni, kubana matumizi, kusimamia uadilifu. More or less the same discussion about the budget in Tanzania. I think we now, when it comes to the budget making process, in Tanzania, they talk about the nitty-gritties of the budget. In Kenya, we talk about protests. Finance bill imepita, watu wamekasirika, lakini hawasemi reject finance bill. We heard that no one has said reject the finance bill. Wamesema tu, we are not happy with some of these things here. The president says it's propaganda. Well, mbivu na mbichi itajulikana baadaye. Right.
Uliona Muhoozi alisemaje jana?
Kuhusu
Martha
Karua. Alisema hata don't blame my father. I saw that.
I chase away myself.
Don't blame my father. This one I did it myself. Hey, Muhoozi.
All right, let's come back now and take a look at the caricatures. Tuanze na gani? Let's start off with the one on the Star now that he's talking about